Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody with Team Icy. So before we start, I just want to say I'm going to plug my Twitch right here. Should be somewhere on the screen right there. Come check me out. I stream most times in the morning. I'll actually be streaming this and a couple other things. I usually like to play some ranked games, etc. It's fun. Anyways, okay. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to make this series. Okay. I know a lot of people have friends or classmates, whatever, that just won't play League with you, right? Like it's hard to get into. There's a lot of different things. So what I want you to do is send them here to this video series. I'm going to show step by step every single thing to get them to where they can at least play, and hopefully we'll have some fun along the way. You'll learn something. So yeah, sit back, enjoy. And today we're going to start with just the basics. Okay, so we're not going to get too complicated. I made a brand new account. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, play one game per day. So you get, I'll talk more about that later. You get, you have to get to level 30 to play ranked, which is kind of, like a overwhelming goal at first as well, because level 30 is so hard. So we're just going to play one game per day, which will give us that 400 XP win. And then once we do that, by the end of the 100 days, we'll have a fresh account in ranked, and hopefully we'll have 100 explanations of how to play the game up on this channel. So that's the plan, and hope you come along the journey with me. I don't be the first subscriber, the 10th, whatever it is, and by the end we'll see what we got and who all we've helped out. So today we're gonna start, and hopefully it's fun. So let's get right into it. I'll get right into that new account that I've made, and then we'll start from there. Okay, so here we are at the fresh new account. Now, there's also something to be said for League as far as like the people who play League, right? And I think it really just comes from the fact that you're behind a keyboard. I'm going into this a lot. This doesn't have to do with the game itself. I'm sure you want to get to that. We'll get to that soon. But I do want to say this. This is obviously the first thing that they tell you when you join. With your new account, is to just be respectful, and I think with a competitive game like League, the ego gets involved and it gets in the way, and it'll actually do some real damage. Like, I know I personally have made mistakes typing at people, saying things I shouldn't have, and that's the truth. I've had my account suspended, whatever. Like, this is, a lot of people have gotten to this point, and I think it's because when you genuinely care, in other, let's say, sports, you'll be able to outwardly voice your opinion to that person, right? And you have to look them in the face. You got to say, like, yo, that play was bad. Yo, you should have passed me the puck. I used to play hockey. So, yo, you should have passed me the puck. But in League, you can't really say, yo, you should have passed me that minion wave. It's more like, I'm not even going to say what people say, but, they say really rude things. So this is the beginning. So we're obviously going to compete to win, respect the teammates, protect myself and the community, and be my own last line of defense, right? So let's start with that. League also has a bunch of different things that go on. We're not going to get into anything like that. All right, desired name. Let's see what we're gonna come up with. So maybe going on the theme of just being respectful, and having a good time. Or actually, so we're gonna go on the premise of the beginner series. Okay. So we're going to say beginner, player. Does that work? Unavailable. Oh, I ran out of characters. New, player, noob. Noob. Hey, okay, there we go. New player, noob. That's us, okay? So we're going to start. Okay. Okay, so now there's two things, two games within League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics and then normal League of Legends called Summoner's Rift. That's what we're going to be playing. We're not going to talk about Teamfight Tactics. I don't really play that. I'm sorry if that's what you came here for, but yeah. All right, so we went in and skipped the intro. Gone in and skipped the intro. Now we're going right into a game.
Welcome to the League of Legends.
Come out and die.
Okay, so obviously we have the tutorial. I'm probably not going to go through all this. Let's just skip ahead to when we're done with this. Okay, we have officially beat the tutorial. I don't know if I'm getting old or what, but my patience in that was questionable. Okay, so as I'm sure you may know, like blue essence is what you use to buy champions. So there's blue essence and orange essence. Blue essence you use to buy champions. Orange essence you use to like create ward skins and like champion skins. So and then there's obviously RP, which is what you pay for from Riot. It's like Riot points or whatever. So basically you pay money to get, and then you can get whatever you can get. That's like an overall thing. If you pay for it, you can use it to do anything. Except orange essence. It's a little confusing, but yeah, just know that blue essence is for champions. And then if you want to buy stuff, do whatever you want. Okay, so we're going to take our essence and we're going to move on. So we're starting level 3 already out of the tutorial, which is nice. So this is obviously the client. You have simple things. If you want to play TFT, you go here. If you want to play the game. Now this is always going to, always going to have different things going on in this home screen. I'm sure you don't need too much of a tutorial. If you want to look at yourself, play around with this whole client, see what you want to, see what you enjoy, and then, and yeah, so we're gonna hit play here. We're gonna go in. We're gonna play a blind pick. That's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna go over the literal basics. Okay, there's probably gonna be bots in this game. There's gonna be people who don't know what they're doing. It's gonna be absolute chaos, I'm sure. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in. We're gonna play this. So just this one blind pick. We're gonna go over the basics, and that's the plan. Okay, so right here, obviously we're in the lobby. Now, you should kind of know what's going on at this point if you're at this video, I'm assuming. So basically this is blind pick. So there's no drafting phase. You're just picking, like there's a difference between blind pick and draft pick. Is basically blind pick is everybody, so like each team can pick any assortment of 5 champions. So like they could actually have, the enemy team could have Veigar, Warwick, Master Yi, Lux, and Jax on their team. And then on draft pick, you can only have 1 of each champion in the entire game. And that's why they split up the draft, so where you kind of alternate so that you know what's happening, and that's the standard form for competitive. Blind pick is just gives you a better opportunity to play whatever champion you want, so you don't have to worry about them banning your champ or doing whatever. So yeah. Okay, again, we're going to be going over like absolute basics. So something you can do when you're in this screen with the cards, so you can actually click the cards and see, like, this is where your Eternals will show up, that's a Riot points thing, or Orange Essence. See the level. Eventually you'll be able to see like what rank people are. So a lot of times, you know, when you're leveling your account, you'll actually be able to see where you fit in right away. So if you're doing really well and you see, like, you know, I don't know what a normal, I guess, like, you know, if you see something like platinum, like a little like silver, you'll notice what the ranks are. But if you start to see those in your game, just know that, you know, it's a pretty serious player. You know, so, because I think, I'm not sure exactly where certain like divisions come into play with professional teams or pro-ams or anything like that, but, or let's say like collegiate or, you know, high school teams, but for the most part, once you get to platinum, like, you're pretty close, you know. Okay, cool. So we're here in the game now. Here's a okay, there's actually a lot to talk about. So I'm just gonna get an item and run. I'm gonna get an item and run to the mid lane. Okay, so I've asked for mid lane specifically. Normally in blind pick you kind of want to do that just because you don't want to you don't want to get someone like this Vhagar running mid. Okay, so normally what you're going to have is you're going to have one top lane. So one person's going to be top lane, one's mid lane, and then two people will be bot lane. Then you'll have one person in the jungle. Now, in this game, we don't have a jungler. I know that because a jungler will take smite on their summoner spell. Okay, so you have abilities. So this, let's look at this right here, this little thing down here. Okay, so you have your abilities, passive ability, and then the abilities you press, Q, W, E, R, right? R being your ultimate. Then you have summoner spells. Now, obviously, the summoner spells are going to be important. Okay, so you don't want to just... these have a high cooldown. So, like, 210 seconds is 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Okay, this is 240, which is 4 minutes. So, if I press my heal, which heals me for 100 health, it scales with level. That's why it changed right there. But if I click this and heal myself, here, let me take some damage real quick. Okay, now if I heal myself for this 105 health, okay, this is 200, so this is 4 minutes. I have to wait till I can use this again. But if I press my Q and use my Q, like, it's only 18 seconds. So you want to really differentiate these spells from anything else. And I don't know, we're low level, so not everyone has the full options for summoner spells. But yeah, we'll go over that. We'll go over that in more detail later on. Now, also in this, you have your items and you have your potions. That's what you start with. So you start with a potion, right? So I'm actually gonna, so if it's gold, like, you'll see a gold indicator around it. That means you can press it. So again, with the healing, like, it healed me, so I'm gonna heal when I press this slowly over time, and it's gonna go away. You see my health rising here. This is where your gold is, obviously. And then your mana, it's important to kind of keep a track. It's important to kind of keep track of your resource bar. So as you use your abilities, your mana is going to go down if you have mana on your champion. Some champions don't have mana, they have other things, but this is your resource bar. It's important to keep a tab on it while you're playing, so that you know. Because if you get, like, completely low mana, like you just hit this every time it's up to heal, you're not going to have any mana to fight when you need to. Yeah, so let's see what else. Okay, this is your experience bar right here. So this is going to tell you how much experience you have. If you saw right there, like, a minion died. Okay, so also, if I go into the settings, I thought there was something outside. If I go into settings and I go to this right here, I can actually display my experience. So what happens is, that's actually, there's a bird outside. That actually is important, okay? So, like, I would actually recommend doing that so you can get a feel for this, because when this minion dies right here, you see that 60 XP? Now watch, if I'm back here and this minion dies, I didn't get the XP. So it's good to know, like, the general range for minion XP. So, like, when this one dies and I'm close to it, you see how I got the XP? And then around, like, this area is where you get it. So we're watching this from this minion right here. We're watching this one. Now we're watching this one. Okay, we got it there. So we got that there. Okay. That was a little bit aggressive. So you get extra minions, extra experience for cannons, less reduced experience for, what am I even saying? You get reduced experience for the ranged minions. The ranged minions look like little wizards, and then the fighter minions look like fighters, little Spartans. So if you can see, these are the little melee minions, which if I kill one and get the last hit, I'm gonna get the money for it and the XP. So I got the 21 gold and then the 60 XP. And then if I kill this, I get the 21 gold, 60 XP. And then if I kill the ranged, I get 14 and 30. So you get reduced gold and XP for the ranged minions. And yeah, so when you total up, and then for the cannon, let's also go over the cannon here. Come on, tower. Okay, 59 gold, and I think I didn't see the XP, but yeah. Okay, so if I kill the plate, if I start attacking the tower and no one's here, if you saw right here, so we got the first plate. I don't know, things were kind of all over the place there with the Ezreal attacking us, but yeah, so we got the plate. Now we don't get minion XP for the plate. I don't know if we're gonna get one now. Showing off his skill set. This is obviously the chat. I wonder if I should just fight everybody right now, just for fun. Okay, that was fun. Okay. Here, let me, okay, so I have a lot of gold. So normally you want to be like recalling when you have like anywhere from like 1,000 gold to anything higher. If you have 1,000 gold, consider recalling, to be honest, especially when you're first starting. Just consider recalling. 1,500 is max, to be honest. If you have 1,500 gold, just recall when you can. Obviously, there's times when, you know, maybe there's something that the team is doing and then you need to join the team. But for the most part, if you get 1,500 gold, just recall. Okay, so let's get some items here. And then we're going to go to lane. Okay, so we know about experience. We know about the abilities. We know the importance of these two right here. We have our items. Now, if you can see this red thing that I bought is gold. And if you also see, the potion is not. So when you're full health, you can't actually, these games are funny. I'm glad we're doing this on a new account, because a game like this is just, this is absolute chaos. It'll stay that way for the entire duration. But yeah, so with the potion, we have full health, so you're not going to be able to see the gold around it. You're not going to be able to actually activate the potion. Now, if we attack these raptors, take some damage, this will once again become gold. And then if we use our ability to heal and we get full health, it should return back to, it's going to take a sec, but it should return back eventually to gray. This right here I bought is a ward, okay? So I'm going to briefly touch wards. Wards are like a very long thing, because there's so much you can do with the ward. So if you look at the map right now, and I'll actually kind of go from up here, we're going to go down the river to here, okay? Because the river is very important. The river is much, sorry, the river is very much an important piece of the game. So let's see in the river right here next to this top lane, okay? So this person's up here fighting, and if you can see these bushes right here in the river, there's no vision. So because there's no vision, I'm getting attacked. I might have to strike vengeance. Oh, dang. Lux got me. Okay, so in these bushes, we don't have vision. So a bush will, a neutral bush will always stay where we don't have vision. Like right here, it looks like we have vision. We don't have vision. There could be an enemy standing right in this bush. We would have no idea. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So Lux dropped a ward right here, which means we now have vision of this. Even after she leaves this, see how we can still see him and we can still see Lux when they walk through the bush? That's obviously very important, like in this fight, you know, because then they can't just jump in the bush and hide.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, I have my new account. I don't have all my keybinds set. Let's go to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom lane just for fun. Real quick. We'll probably try to get this tower.
Has been slain.
So yeah, so back to this control ward. Okay, so if you see this right here,
Ally has been slain.
okay, I don't know. Dang, they got rid of the ward. I don't know when they did that. But let me just drop him right here, okay? So let me demonstrate this again. So we're here next to the bush, okay? If I put this yellow ward, so this is the normal ward, stealth ward. If I put this right here, it shows the bush. And when I come over here, what you'll actually see is that on the mini-map, I don't know if I'll be able to zoom, there's actually multiple areas in which, like outside of the bush, which we can see. And then if you look at a bush like this right here, I can see up to the edge of it. So like I can see up to the edge of it, but then I can't see past it. But if I put my ward in here, I can now see past the bush. So it's just useful for tracking out people. Now, something to also know about wards is, so if I place this ward right here, you see this little white on top? This is actually a timer. So the ward lasts for X amount of time. But if I get this red ward and put it down, there's no timer. So it does all the things that a normal ward does, but it lasts forever. Okay, so that's a control ward. That's the point of control ward versus stealth ward. And this is also called a pink ward. So if you watch Pink Ward or something like that, that's where his name comes from, and that's where the term pink ward comes from. I think it used to be pink. I didn't play at that time when it was pink, but it's red now, but it's still a pink ward, control ward. Okay, so yeah, so let's move on and get this tower. This is actually quite a long. This is going to be quite a long video. There's a lot of basics to cover that are important to know just as you start playing. But hopefully this is helpful to somebody. So now you always want to last hit minions. So ideally we're at 14 minutes, okay? And I have 17 minion kills. Now if I had played perfectly, and like this wave right here, if I get all 6, okay, I missed 1. I missed 2. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 out of 6, okay, in that wave. So each wave, okay, this is actually a whole different thing. But long story short, what I wanted to touch on was that if you watch like a professional game, they're gonna have 150. They're gonna have around 150 CS, 140 CS at 15 minutes. They're always gonna hover around 10 CS per minute. Now for you, you can do that for sure, for sure. People do that all the time, and you know it happens. But for the most part, I would say around like 75 CS at 10 minutes, 150 at 200, or at 200 minutes. Oh my gosh, that'd be bad. 150 at 20 minutes. These like, that's a good gauge to start with to get that amount. And yeah, I would say that's a good place to start, because you don't necessarily want to get too caught up in getting minion kills perfectly, because there's so many other things that happen in the game. Like, see, like, think about me. Like, the map is huge, right? The map is really big. And I'm just standing over here by myself while my team dies. I'm improving my minion kills, but my team is dying. There's a lot to yeah, this game can be pretty overwhelming at times. But once you start to get the hang of it, it's nice to it's really rewarding once you get the hang of it, you know? Because once you actually can figure out how to play the game properly, it's really cool, you know? It really is a cool game. But the learning curve initially is so like massive, you know? And it's daunting. I know personally when I started, it was kind of like, I'm just gonna go at it. You know, I just went in. I didn't have anybody to help me. I eventually started watching YouTube. I got help from like JC and JAY space SEA. He was really helpful. I know Solar Renekton Only was really good. I'm a Cutie Pie. Used to stream a lot more League of Legends. I used to watch him. But yeah, it was one of those things where I just kind of went in and went for it. And that's really what you have to do. You know, you have to put in quite a lot of games. But, you know, I kind of want to just make this series to expedite that process. Like, it shouldn't take you more than 100 games to be silver, to be honest. And that's not going to happen for a lot of people. Like, for me, I played 100 games, and I was probably, like, sorry, let me just say, to get silver, it probably took me 1,000 games. Probably about 1,000 games to get silver. And that's when bronze was the lowest. So now in ranked we have iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then obviously master tier, grandmaster, challenger. But that's, I would concentrate if you're new on getting silver, because once you get silver, you can play the game. Once you get silver, you can play the game decently well. Then we can get into deeper concepts about macro and some other, like, laning, trading, like that. I'm not saying laning and trading are not things you need to get silver. I'm just saying that's not a thing you need to be worried about. These kind of basics, like completely knowing all of the details about your HUD, like knowing the details of why you want to save your summoner spells, how to actually use your abilities properly, knowing your champion very well, playing off of XP. So like in these times where I've gone and just attacked the enemies, for the most part I'm doing that because I know I'm ahead in XP. If you actually look at them, so we've been standing around minions kind of by ourselves, which has given us experience for us alone. And they've all just been standing in the middle of the map, like, together. So they're sharing XP. So even when... So yeah. And these are the kind of, like, larger concepts that you don't necessarily need to worry about right away. As far as, like, seeing that in your opponents. Noticing something like that. That's not something to worry about. Just worry about your own character. So you can get up to level 18 in a game. And if you get to level 18 before everyone else, you're 100% stronger than them. I guarantee you. There's not really a way to get level 18 and not be ahead of everyone else in the game. If you get there before everyone else. Okay. So let's go back. Let's buy items. Let's just finish this game out. I think we've covered most of the basics. This is obviously the mini-map. I mean, there's self-explanatory stuff that I don't really need to go over. So let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun. Now, there is also... So there's buttons and things I've done with my keyboard that I'm going to talk about in later videos. I just wanted to go over the basics. This is our first game on this account, and we'll be doing one tomorrow. So hopefully you stick around for the rest of the videos. That would be cool. And yeah, so let's try to get the let's try to win. Now let me before we do this, sorry. Let me say one more thing. Well, let's take the Lux out just because we can. Okay. Now, I do want to say this. I'll join the team a little bit. So these right here, so we have, this is outer turrets, okay? So these are outer turrets right here. These are the inner turrets. Okay. These are the inhibitor turrets. And then these are the inhibitors. These right here. Okay. Now, did he buy boots? I don't think he did. No, he has cooldown boots. I think I'm still faster than him. I'm not gonna make it. Okay. Oh, nice. I'll give her a thumbs up. Also, there's emotes. Emotes are very important. You need to have your emote game in tip-top shape. You know, you don't want to come with a weak emote game. It's just not cool. Basically, we don't have any yet. Sorry, we don't have any yet, but we'll see which ones we get, and we'll have some fun with that. Okay, now an emote, by the way, is just this right here that I'm pressing. So like I dodged that. Obviously hit him with the thumbs up, you know. Close, but no cigar. It's like a picture's worth 1,000 words, you know. It's that kind of thing. Wow, Lux is hurting these people. Okay, I didn't go over the Nexus. So the Nexus has 2 turrets. So these turrets right here are Nexus turrets. This is obviously the Nexus. And this is what you want to kill. So I think... Oh, I didn't go over anything about the river. And I said, well, let's start with the river. But that's the Baron. And these are the dragons. And on the scoreboard... Dang, there's a lot. Yeah, see, like, there's so much going on in this game. So this right here, these are the dragons, okay? This is the dragon area, this little thing that's above the scoreboard, okay? So this right here is for the dragon soul. If you look closely, you can actually see the souls, or the dragon markings on that. And every time you get a dragon, it adds 1 dragon token to the, I don't know what this is called specifically. We're gonna say dragon token to each circle. So if we get 4 of those tokens, we will have a soul. So if it's like 3 to 3, and then there's a dragon up, which you can see the dragon up on the mini map. It says the type right here. It also says the type of dragon right here. That's a mountain dragon. But yeah, so once you get used to that, just pay attention to the dragons and which one is up, etc. So yeah, I think we've covered most of it. I didn't go over the jungle at all. Oh, he exhausted me. Dodged it. Let's actually kill the dragon. Oh, I don't want to waste your time. This has been good. This has been good for the basics. We played 25 minutes. That's about the average game time. Let's get the inhibitor. So you have to kill the inhibitor to get the Nexus. Or at least 1 inhibitor. So like these 2 inhibitors are still up, but Now we get the Nexus, and GG. We always type enter shift GG. Cross team chat is disabled, but that's what does that. And yeah, that was the first game. Okay, we're here in the post game lobby. So we had someone AFK. So we only have the option to honor 3 people. Always good to find whoever was your friend, whoever you liked, hit them with an honor. I thought Lux did well. Honor her. We got the level up. We got new summoner spells. We have our missions. Tristana, Caitlyn, or Ezreal. I like Caitlyn. Personally. Okay. So yeah, there was a lot of information in that. But I think for the most part, I think we've learned a lot. We've covered a lot. And I think that's good for one video. So yeah. Alright, so that's the first video in this series. Obviously we just went over the basics today. And next time we're gonna go over CSing. Oh, sorry, I lied. Next time we're gonna go for the mouse, okay? We're gonna get I'm gonna take it to where every single day we're gonna do something specific. We're gonna talk about something specific. We're actually gonna go into detail about why you need to understand it, why you should care, and how it's gonna make you a better player. In the long run, I think that's the goal. Like improve, have fun, and have a good time. And it's hard sometimes to get through all the other little things of League. And I'm not here to help you do that. That's something you got to do on your own. But as far as the little details of the game specifically, I'm here to help. And I hope you come along for the journey. And I'll see you tomorrow.